Behind MrBeast's smile, cheerful image, and all the charitable events, there's a shocking, darker side that just got exposed by countless fans zooming in. Remember the Kris-Tyson scandal? Yeah, the one where MrBeast's childhood buddy got caught acting all creepy with minors? Well, it seems Jimmy himself has a lot of secrets he's been hiding. MrBeast might be a total fraud. Fans claim he's been faking videos, promoting gambling to kids, running illegal lotteries, and ripping games with massive prize money, which, by the way, is a crime. Oh, and let's not forget about the accusations of false advertising and exploitation. It's like watching a train wreck you can't look away from. Now, let's dive into that rabbit hole, starting with the claim that MrBeast is faking his videos. If our dude's stunts were scripted, they'd be pumping out content faster than you can say clickbait. First thing first, have you ever wondered if MrBeast's videos were real? Spoiler, they're faker than a reality TV star's smile. The latest montage of fakery shows CGI explosions, digitally lifted cars, and paid raccoon actors. Seriously, it's like finding out Santa Claus isn't real. Every high-stakes moment is meticulously crafted to keep viewers hooked. Because, let's face it, nobody's watching if the challenge ends in 2 minutes with a bored contestant. Second, let's talk about this guy named Mac. He's portrayed as some random underdog fighting tooth and nail to win challenges, tugging at our heartstrings. In reality, he's a MrBeast employee living it up in a $1 million mansion. Public records even show Mac moved out to North Carolina, where MrBeast is based, just 2 months before he popped up as a contestant. He's been on the editing team no less. So if you thought Mac was genuinely sweating it out for that $800,000, think again. The guy's part of the script, looking for drama. Another thing, Mac's whole sob story is a setup, designed to manipulate the audience and contestants alike. Genuine competitors think they have a shot at winning big money, only to find out the odds are rigged. Imagine going into a challenge believing you could win $1 million, only to realize the game's fixed in favor of the house. And by house, I mean MrBeast hand-picked players. It's like being invited to a poker game where everyone but you knows the cards are marked. MrBeast even fakes his own survival stunts. Remember the Stranded at Sea saga? Turns out, while the crew was supposedly roughing it, Jimmy was catching Z's on a cozy production yacht. The video's full of post-production trickery, from added raincoats to altered timelines and voiceovers. It's like finding out Bear Gyles stayed at a hotel during his wild survival adventures. Let's talk about the whole CGI thing. Fine, whatever, we get it. A little CGI here, some fancy edits there, that's all part of the YouTube game, right? But when you start putting words in people's mouths, editing timers to make challenges look nail-bitingly close, you're crossing into shady territory. Imagine thinking MrBeast actually spent 24 hours buried underground. Yeah, right. The dude probably filmed his bit, then was chilling in a hammock with a mojito while we all bought into his underground adventure. And what about those supposedly intense challenges? Take a seat, because it's faker than reality TV. You know Mac, that underdog contestant we were all rooting for? Surprise! He's a MrBeast employee living in a swanky mansion. Public records even show he moved to North Carolina right before he randomly appeared in a challenge. So much for being just another guy trying to win some cash. The reality is, the odds are rigged. MrBeast is setting up his friends and employees to win, making sure the drama stays high and the stakes feel real. It's like a wrestling match, all scripted for maximum drama. And speaking of rigged, let's not forget the random subscribers in his challenges. Spoiler alert, they're not random. They're often friends, family, or employees of MrBeast all part of the pre-planned circus. Even when he does pull in someone from outside a circle, it's usually someone camera savvy already in the YouTube game. It's like watching a magic trick when you already know how it's done. The illusion falls apart. Now, here's where it gets juicy. According to a former employee, production even manipulates challenge outcomes to avoid bad PR. If the results don't fit the narrative, they step in to make things look closer than they are. Remember that time Jimmy paid a contestant $10,000 to leave? Twice the prize money just to keep the tension high. It's like paying off your poker buddies to fold so you can win the pot and look like a hero. This level of manipulation isn't just sneaky, it's borderline illegal. Imagine being one of the few real contestants thinking you have a fair shot, only to find out the game's rigged. It's like betting on a race when everyone but you knows the horse you picked is gonna lose. Scummy doesn't even begin to cover it. Let's not forget about Rosina Panzino, who called out MrBeast for rigging a hide-and-seek challenge. At first, people thought she was just being petty, but turns out she was right. She thought she had a fair chance, but the results were as fixed as a rigged carnival game. And honestly, it's disappointing. I've defended MrBeast's charity work before, but there's just too much evidence showing he's as shady as a back alley dealer. Then there's the infamous real-time video. The whole premise is that the time passes exactly as it does in real life. Yeah, right. The intro's sped up, the timers are edited in post, and the stunts purely for show. Those water valves he had to turn, not even connected to anything. Producers probably triggered the water flow off camera. It's like those cheesy action movies where the bomb timer conveniently stops at 1 second. Totally fake. In traditional media, rigging like this is illegal. Game shows with prizes have to be fair, but MrBeast is playing by his own rules. If any contestant decides to sue, they've got a strong case and they'll probably win. So, is MrBeast the wholesome YouTube philanthropist we thought he was? Not so much. Many people even point out the manipulative nature of his subscribe for a cookie banner. It seems harmless to adults, but kids might actually believe it. And let's be real, his primary audience is kids who might not get the joke. It's just another layer of deceit in his multi-layered cake of fakery. PewDiePie called it out too. These giveaway stunts are just buying subscribers, plain and simple. It's a scam that's been running for over a decade on YouTube, and yet here we are, still falling for it. Now, here's the deal with these so-called giveaways. They're sketchy as hell. No one ever really knows who's snagging the prizes, and there's zero transparency. First off, let's get this straight. MrBeast ain't losing a dime. Every time he runs one of those buy my merch for a chance to win deals, he's racking in cash hand over fist. It's like playing slots at a rigged casino. House always wins, baby. And for those just tuning in, the spiel goes something like this. Buy our limited edition 40 million special shirt and maybe you'll get a prize. Yeah, right. These are basically illegal lotteries. They love to say things like, buy in the next 5 minutes for a chance to win. Then 7 minutes later, it's actually the next order in 30 seconds wins. It's a joke. They're playing us for fools, shifting the goalpost every time. They sold over 50,000 t-shirts at $42 a pop and gave away about $50,000 in prizes. Even if they made just $1 per shirt, they'd still come out on top. And let's be real, it's probably 1 in a 1,600 orders that actually wins anything. MrBeast has all his analytics. He knows he's making bank every time he goes, oh my god guys, we're giving away so much, we might not profit. Sure, dude. What is nuts is how he dresses up these shady lotteries as acts of generosity. It's wild it took this long for people to call him out. Forget the charity stuff. This is a real scam. It's all legal gray area, too. On YouTube, they can bend the rules, but try that on TV and they'd get shut down. But then there's the forging nonsense. Some dude straight up forged MrBeast's signature on stream. People were buying merch to get a signed item, and instead they got a scribble from some random guy. Total fraud. Tyler, one of MrBeast's crew, was caught faking it, signing his initials over MrBeast. Even Tyreek, another team member, noticed and looked guilty as hell. And MrBeast claiming he'll never sign anything again? Total lie. He's too busy with his fake stunts and defending Tyson to bother. Now, about Beastie Bliss, his healthy chocolate bars. At first, he boasted about them being super healthy with just 4 ingredients. Then he switched it up, loading them with as much sugar as any other junk food. His initial healthy ads are still racking up views, misleading millions instead of steering clear of the candy aisle. He's luring more people into it, pushing his sugary crap. Come on, 30 grams of sugar per bar? That's nearly as much as a can of Coke. Don't fall for it. This so-called health food is a con. Sugar can be detrimental. It has ruined lives. MrBeast's bait and switch tactics are infuriating. Defending this guy is no longer an option. Next time he's in hot water, he's on his own. And by the way, there are whispers that he was in a Discord where Tyson shared inappropriate content. If that's true, it's a whole new level of shady. If you were in the know about these untold dark secrets behind MrBeast's videos, would it change how you see him? And if someone in your own family pulled off similar shady stunts, how would you react? Would you call them out or let it slide? Let's hear your thoughts.